It's been 2 long years since I've reviewed a WCW show from the year 1997, and that last one was, well, it was pretty damn rubbish, wasn't it? This one will be much better, won't it? Won't it? Ladies and gentlemen, on this windy day, welcome to another episode of 97th Heaven. Tonight we're going to be looking at WCW Slamboree 1997, obviously. Like I said on the introduction, it's been 2 years since we've done one of these. April 2011 was the last time we looked in at WCW 1997. We gave that show 2 out of 10 because we were feeling pretty generous. So yeah, surely this one's got to be better, hasn't it? WCW 1990. Everyone always says that 1997 was its glory year. Its best year was 1997, and so far I don't think that's really been the case. But you know, hey, so yeah, this one did a buy rate of 0.44. Which compare it to Spring Stampede, which is a 0.58, you're thinking to yourself, wow, that's pretty terrible. Shall we get on with this one? Because there's a lot of shit. I mean, there's a lot of matches to get through on this one. So, in the opening contest, Steven Regal defeating Ultimo Dragon in a good match to win the TV title. Now, I went into this one going, this is a mishmash of styles, is it not? You've got the ground-based wrestling of Steven Regal, and the high-flying, fast-paced offense of Ultimo Dragon. But this match was not what I was expecting one bit. This was actually a genuinely good match that spent the majority of the time on the mat. Everything that they did was crisp and nice. The only high flying was a miss moonsault by the Dragon and an assay moonsault to the outside. That's it. Everything else was on the mat, and it was crisp and it was nice and it was wonderful. I really enjoyed this one. And finish came when Dragon's manager Sonny Ono accidentally kicked his charge on the outside. Regal then hit a reverse suplex before locking on the Regal stretch for the win. 2.5 stars. A very good open. I enjoyed this one a lot. Next up, Medusa defeating Luna Vachon in a rubbish match. The good thing about this match, there's 2 good things about this match here. 1, it only lasted 5 minutes. And 2, the bridging German suplex that Medusa used to get the win was pretty tasty. And that's about it. Mean Gene is set to interview DDP, but Randy Savage comes out and tells him to beat it. He doesn't need telling twice, obviously, and runs away. Savage cuts a promo talking about the NWO and DDP, but Page makes his way through the crowd as Bischoff comes out and escorts Savage to the back. DDP then runs down Savage, saying he had a previous engagement, not with Kimberly or Liz, but with Hogan, where he will wash his car and kiss his ass. That's lovely, isn't it? This makes Savage hot, makes his way to the ring, but Page beats him down with a crutch. Crutch shots for Bischoff, crutch shots for Vincent as well. The numbers game take over though, and Page gets beat until the Giant can make the save, which is lovely. Didn't go anywhere on this pay-per-view. It's not like there's a match coming up later on or anything. It's just, I assume it sets up something next month. But no, there's nothing on this one. And then Rey Mysterio defeating some guy called Yuri Yasuraoka. I watched this match about 3 hours ago and I've already forgotten the guy's name. Yuri something. Right, let's put it this way, right? I typed in this guy's name as this match was starting into Wikipedia, and I know Wikipedia is the site that never lies about anything ever. But let's put it this way: this guy hasn't got his own Wikipedia page. That should say everything about this guy. Apparently he made his debut on WCW the night before. But the thing about this match is it wasn't very good. Rey Mysterio was trying his hardest and everything he did looked right. But this Yuri guy was, everything he did was rubbish. Absolute sloppy stuff. I mean, there was a nice tope by Rey, but I mean, Hurricane Rana gets the win after 14 minutes of action, which was 7 minutes too long. It's a 1-star match if you're very, very nice. And speaking of rubbish, Glacier then defeated Mortis, I don't know who that is, Mortis by disqualification. This one lasts 2 minutes and is Wraith attacks Glacier, and then Ernest the Cat Miller makes the save. And it's funny when Ernest Miller makes the save, the commentators are like, who is this guy? Some guys jumped in from the crowd and they're like, is that Ernest Miller? Like a minute after he started laying in these beats, like Jesus wept. And then, in the best match of the night, and honestly, bear with me in this one, because when I say who's in it, you're going to go, well, that guy was in the best match of the night, but seriously, yeah, Dean Malenko defeating Jeff Jarrett in a decent match, you know, like the best match of the night. Nice to see Jeff Jarrett made the effort with the attire. He was still wearing the attire that he wore in the WWF in '95. You know, the one with the silver stripes tie? Exactly the same. Made no effort to change his attire whatsoever. A lot of this match is on the ground. I'm happy. Jeff Jarrett has Deborah with him. Deborah was Steve McMichael's wife at the time, so she was Deborah McMichael. And she hadn't had a lot of the cosmetic surgery that she had later on in her career. And she looks great. You know, she's got a nice looking face. Her breasts aren't too big. I mean, do you remember, she had the breast implants, they were massive. And, you know, she looks decent. Yeah, the crowd are really hot for this one, and they tell a good story. Jeff Jarrett tries to keep putting on the figure four, and he cheats a lot, like he puts an abdominal stretch on near the ropes, and Deborah's able to hang on to the hands, so he gets a bit more extra torque on it. Not much selling, though. It's the only probably gripe I have with this one. But after 13 minutes, Steve Mongo comes out. Steve Mongo McMichael comes out. Mongo comes out while Jeff Jarrett is on the outside, puts him back in the ring. Dean Malenko then hits an underhook powerbomb and puts on one of my favourite submission moves, which is the Texas Cloverleaf, and that's what gets the win. I enjoyed this way more than I was expecting. When it was Jeff Jarrett came out, I was like, ugh, you know, it really was one of those. Next, Meng defeating Chris Benoit in a pretty poor it's not a Texas death match, it's just a death match. I think the death match's rules are that there are no rules. It's that simple. It's pinfall or submission, but there's no rules. And there's nice suplexes from both men and belly to belly by Meng. Sweet German suplex by Benoit. Jackie comes out, right? You know, Jackie Moore, or, you know, Miss Jacqueline, or whatever you want to call her. She's another one. She's got big tits here, but she hasn't got the massive tits that she had in the WWF. And she looks better for it. Am I the only person? I can't be the only person out there who doesn't like fake boobs. They don't do anything for me. My girlfriend has got fucking big tits, yeah, but they're not fake tits, yeah. And I don't know. Has anyone ever felt a fake tit, right? Because they feel horrible. They haven't got the squishy feel that a good breast. I'm talking about tits on wrestling really show, Mark. So this match is the Chris Benoit show. He sells like an absolute champ for every single thing that Meng does. And Meng just, you know, shrugs off any offense that Benoit does. Benoit hits the rolling German suplexes, yeah. After two, Meng just gets up and completely no-sells it. Like, yeah, I'm not selling nothing for you. There's some pretty hard-hitting stuff in there. Both of them they aren't pulling their punches in there. They hit each other for everything they've got. But, you know, Benoit goes for the diving headbutt, but as he comes down, Meng catches him with the Tongan death grip, and that's what gets the win. That's alright, I suppose. It's a 1-star match if you feel particularly... I mean, you could give it a 1.5 stars, but I'm not going to be that generous. And then the Steiner brothers defeated Konnan and Hugh Morris in an absolutely rubbish match. It's legitimately hard to look at Scott. I've said this before on Vince, I'm sure many times, but it's legitimately hard to look at Scott Steiner at this time, knowing what he would become, you know, the big Papa Punk character. Just because it looks so different. But this match is an extended squash for the Steiners. Every time Konnan or Hugh Morris get any sort of offense in, they get absolutely creamed, and the suplexes are plenty, so that's a good thing, I suppose. But Morris goes for a moonsault, which Rick calmly dodges. Frankenstein by Scott gets the win, and then after the match, Konnan attacks Morris, which is nice, I suppose. Yeah, extended squash lasted 9 minutes, but it's 1/2 star if you're feeling particularly generous. And then, oh my God, speaking of Mongo, as we did earlier on, Steve Mongo McMichael defeating Reggie White in an awful, awful match. White's second pro wrestling appearance this one. He appeared as part of Lawrence Taylor's crew at WrestleMania 11, in case you care, which I'm sure you don't. I'm pretty certain you don't. This match is really poor. Really, really rubbish. And it makes me wonder, like, it makes you wonder about the celebrity involvement in wrestling. Because if we had, over in England, if one of the local feds put on 2 Premiership footballers in the ring, I don't know if anyone would care, you know, because I mean, the Premiership is the biggest sport in the country, I'm sure. I mean, some people would say it's cricket over here in England, but I wouldn't. I'd say that, you know, football is. And I don't know, let's say Future Shock, for argument's sake, put on a Manchester City player versus a Manchester United player. Would that draw? It might do, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know. I go to wrestling to see wrestling. I don't care about 2 football players, especially if I don't know who the fuck they are. Genuinely don't. it's an interesting one. It's one thing I probably think about too much, to be honest. At one point, Bobby the Brain Heenan says we could be looking at a future world champion here. Talking about Reggie White after he'd done a splash, which is a move where you jump in the air and come down on your stomach. Way, oh yes. Let's skip to the finishes. Mongo has a briefcase with him, yeah, but he goes to use it, and a member of White's football team, I can't remember his name, takes it off him. And then, so Jeff Jarrett comes running down with another briefcase, chucks it to Mongo, bam, on the back. Ow, that's enough to keep me down for the 3. If he'd done it to the head, maybe, but to the back, really. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, and that gets the win, and that's nice. I mean, there's nothing of note at all in this match. You notice I haven't said anything about it. There isn't anything at all. There's a lot of showboating, but there isn't anything of note. I don't understand why this is on a pay-per-view. If you must do a match like this, put it on Nitro. If you must, absolutely must do it. I don't care. Did it draw any additional buys to this show? I highly doubt it. Why did this match go 20 minutes? Because it did. I don't understand. More importantly, why is this match the semi-main event of this show? I can't fathom this fucking company at all. I just don't understand it. And in the main event, Roddy Piper, Ric Flair, and some guy called Kevin Greene defeating Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Syxx in an sort of match. So, you know what's coming now. Say it with me. How many bumps will Kevin Nash take? Now, first things first, it's a WCW show from 1997, so you've got to think it might be a few. I seem to always say, I already know how many bumps he takes. I've seen the show. Come on, this is what my notes say. I always seem to say 4 bumps, right? So that's what I went with in this one. So, after a lot of stalling, this match goes 20 minutes. First 8 minutes of it are stalling and all that, you know. Kevin Greene, whoever he is, I think he's a football. I'm going to assume he's a football player because he's wearing a football jersey and he's got the black stripes on. Kevin Nash and Kevin Greene go at it, and you're not going to believe what happens, seriously. As Greene hits a big shoulder tackle, there's 1, a clothesline, that's 2, and then a scoop fucking slam, that's 3 already! Greene then took out Hall and Syxx as well. Piper and Hall go at it, nothing really happens as much. The NWO members don't get any offense in there at all. It's all the babyfaces. I'd say good guys then. How old do I sound? How young do I sound even? Until Flair goes up to the top, and instead of just, getting launched off like he normally does, he actually tries to do a crossbody. Hall catches him, launches him with a fall-away slam. And then Flair plays Face in Peril. There we go, that's hard, wasn't it? Gets beat by the NWO. He takes a sidewalk slam from Nash. This is brilliant, right? He takes a Bronco Buster from Syxx, yeah, and the crowd start chanting faggot at Syxx with furious abandon. Fantastic, love that. It's one of those, yeah, wait, where are we? Oh, we're in Charlotte, North Carolina. Oh, that makes sense, sort of thing, you know? Flair gets hot tagged to Piper, but the referee didn't see it, so Piper unloads on the NWO, and then just because he can, he whacks the ref. Why not? Pier 6 brawl. Flair puts the figure 4 on Hall. Pier 6 brawl. Flair puts the figure 4 on Hall. Greene spears Nash. There's 4. Fucking yes. While Piper then puts a sleeper on him, while Greene hits a really nice power slam on Syxx. Former NWO referee Nick Patrick, you probably remember, 2 years ago, he was kicked out of the NWO after counting the fall in the main event at Spring Stampede. See, I remember that. It's only 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. How do I remember that? No. I went and watched the vid. Again to make sure. I had to. Before I watched this show, I had to go back and watch my own fucking review, which I hate doing, just like, so what happened on this show? Because I have no idea. Referee Nick Patrick counts a 3 count on all 3 men. And that's what gets the win. The announcers drive it home like it's the greatest thing to have happened to WCW in years. And it's overbooked as you can expect, but it's all right. It's a 2-star match if you feel nice. And I've got 1.5 stars down on my notes, but it sounds more like a 2-star match in my opinion. And 4 bumps, I was right. Fucking yes. How many did you say? Let me know down below. So, what do we say? So no Hogan, no Sting. Despite being on the poster, no Luger. That's not a bad thing. That's just a nitpicking thing. Your opener was good. Main event was alright. And it speaks volumes for a WCW pay-per-view. In fact, a pay-per-view in general, doesn't it? When Jeff Jarrett is in the best match of the night. 6 matches on this card are either 1 star or less. I forgot to mention, by the way, did I mention? No, I didn't, did I? Do you know I gave Mongo versus Reggie White, yeah? -1 star. We don't bring out the minus figures very often, but there's another one, -1 star. 6 matches on this card, 1 star or less, you know? I don't know, 2 out of 10 again sounds like it's been ridiculously generous. It's probably closer to a 1. Maybe, should we say 1.5? 1.5 out of 10 for being utterly shit. How's that sound? You can't go wrong with that one, can you? Did you watch this show? Were you there live? Did you watch it on pay-per-view? What did you think of this show? Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Mark P, and next time out on 97th Heaven, I'm so looking forward to doing this show, because I'm going to be... I'm going to be reviewing Canadian Stampede in your house, and that is one of my all-time favourite shows. I'm genuinely looking forward to watching and reviewing that one. I've been Mark P. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave me a comment. I don't reply to them all, but I read every single one. I've been Mark P. As I say, I will see you all very soon. Take it easy, guys. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, on this... Hello, ladies and gentlemen, on this windy... What's that little dude? You hate watching WCW with me. When your rabbit hates watching WCW, you know it's going to be a rubbish show.